Moses is done away.
Deacon,
No, I believe that the law of Moses is here to show us our sin, like the book of Romans and the book of Hebrews suggests, but you deny those books, correct?
We never said we didn't deny the books, though.
We never said we didn't deny the books, though.
All right.
What's
So now
going
you're
on?
here.
What's this
One-on-one. I
live?
haven't seen you in 2.5, 3 years.
What's this live show about, man?
Oh, I think Don cooked you guys. That's what I think.
You did?
Absolutely.
But you believe what he believes?
I believe what he believes in regards to the law.
So the whole law of Moses is done away.
No, I believe that the law of Moses is here to show us our sin, like the book of Romans and the book of Hebrews suggests, but you deny those books, correct?
We never said we didn't deny the books, though.
Yes, you are.
Previously.
All right, so here, let's turn to Paul, bro. Let's turn to Paul.
No.
You say you don't completely disregard Paul, right?
Listen.
Wait.
Listen. No. How are we going to turn the Paul?
We never said we didn't deny the books, though.
And this is
I'm not. Hold on. I'm not. Bro, hey, young Don.
What do you mean? Every time Don mentioned the book of Romans or the book of Hebrews, you guys said, nah, we don't really accept those teachings.
No, we
It's
didn't.
in the video.
right? And so similarly, as the book of Hebrews says, when there has been a change in the priesthood, there is a change in the law, right? We have a new law.
Who wrote the book of Hebrews?
What?
No, he didn't say we don't accept the teachings. He said that Paul is not the word of God, meaning, thus saith the Lord is not in the epistles of Paul.
Brother, who again, so I asked you for the law of Christ, right?
Right, I gave it to you.
Why are we going to Hebrews?
We still use Paul's writing,
House, wait.
which is why Hassad, let me just say this, Hassad and Elazar used a couple scriptures from Paul.
What?
So it's very disingenuous to say we rejected. That wasn't said verbatim at all.
Because I am trying to show you, right?
I reject that teaching in Hebrews.
We rejected. That wasn't said verbatim at all.
I reject that teaching in Hebrews. We don't even know who the author of Hebrews is. So again, that's even more problematic than the epistles in which we know are ascribed to Paul.
So it's very disingenuous to say we rejected. That wasn't said verbatim at all.
House, wait.
And this is with whom you want to place your faith. I put dollars on mine, ask Columbine.
When it comes to Hebrews, hell no.
Okay.
Now, why did oxen?
See what I mean? All right, man. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who will learn from. Shalom to your sisters, to your ribs out there, learning silence and staying in order. Right? So, now, I'm not in GMS. I'm in Diligent Soldiers out of Boston, Massachusetts, who we learn under GMS. I was a former member of Sakari, for those who didn't know. This person here, whose page it is, it says Arawak Ban Asher. That he was formerly known as Ikaron. He was a ranking, I believe he was an officer in Sakari, and he left. For reasons that he was not agreeing with the with the camp. He alleged that matter of fact, me and Ikaron were together in California at the time where he left. This is around the time way before the Passover allegations of being in a strip club. This is before that. The reason why Ikaron left was because at the day of the Passover, I forgot what year it was. I would like to say 2016, 2017, if I was to guess. right after the Passover at the Feast of Unleavened Bread, we got together at a Airbnb, and there was music there. We was drinking. It was mostly all men there. Matter of fact, there was all men. We were breaking bread. We were, talking about the scriptures, but mostly drinking, listening to music. I had been with them at that point about a year or two, maybe, I want to say. And these two females were invited over. I don't know if they were invited over, or they was in the neighborhood, and they were coming in this to say hello, whatever it was. They came in, say hello briefly. They was there for that I recognized, probably no more than an hour. Ikron was there, and I was feeling saucy, I ain't gonna lie. And I didn't know any better. And Ikron whispers in my ear. He said, "Hey, those two females are prostitutes." I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, they're prostitutes, or whatever it was. They used to be, it was, or is, or whatever it was." So he didn't like it. On top of other things that he was experiencing. But that's why he left that day. And there was a big issue because he said those things. He said that to other people as well. Not just me. I basically just shrugged it off at the time. I was drinking. I wasn't really taking it serious what he was saying, but he had told other people that, and it got out, and he ended up leaving. You see, now he posts this video here. He has some type of issue with them still, and but the main point of this, me bringing out this video here, because I had made a video about this already. If you go on my channel, pulled up some precepts on that as well. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because this camp here, Sakari, has been gaining a lot of popularity, and they're trying to set trends, and the reason why I have an issue here is because now they are, the people that don't know are lumping us all together, as we saw when that whole thing happened in Chicago, where Chief Ephraim was calling out people to go out there and get ready for folly or whatnot. They're lumping us together. They're lumping us together with this foolery here. Denying the book of Hebrews. When people even they congregate with don't agree with them as far as the book of Hebrews and all this other madness. Like, Sakari's the only Israelite group right now who has issues with the authenticity of the book of Hebrews. And that's how you're dealing with a camp that has holes in their doctrine, because you guys form together with other camps that you disagree with, that you believe have holes in their doctrine, and you all come together as one body at times to teach together, man. But you guys look like fools because you're putting a stain on what you call the Hebrew Israelite community by saying things like this, right? You're making it easy for people to mock us, right? But we know that these things will come, right? That we're not to unite, and we're not going to be 100% where we need to be, right? But mixing with you people and calling yourselves one West this, one West that is becoming a problematic. Like, 2010 to 2013, this was booming. People were coming in, by waves, and still coming in. But now, like, the way the way it's going right now is looking really bad, man. It's looking bad. You know, but it's still of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for this to happen. Like, this is not a popularity contest. You know, where you send in your mixtape and you join a camp and you do concerts, things of that nature. Now, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about the heads of Sakari, because they do the work. You know, they're diligent, and you know they put in the work, the time. You know, but a lot of shit that they're saying, man, is stumbling blocks. Like, we gotta hold fast to that which is good, man, and that which is good is how you learn under the elders and apostles of GMS, man. When you first came and did your own thing, you know, you was a lot better off, and now you're just waxing worse and worse, and it's evident, and it's apparent. You know, now people are saying get out of One West, this and that. You know, I'm gonna give you a story of right before I joined Sakari. I used to live in Florida, Central Florida, and you know, I used to listen to a bunch of camps, including GMS, but more so like Sakari and all of them, right? Because I was like still halfway into the world still, and you know, I had walked by a GMS camp, right? And I was literally like, I was living out there by myself. So on the weekends, I will, you know, get dressed and go out to downtown and have beers by myself, right? Because I wasn't really a person to make friends, so I usually hang out by myself. So I was walking through downtown and I saw GMS. I didn't know there was GMS teaching in downtown, and I walked by them, and you know, up until recently, I didn't know. First, let me tell you what happened. So I walk up to them, you know, they're teaching, they look pretty stern, they're out there for business, right? So I walk up to them, I said, "Shalom, are you brothers with One West?" Now they looked at me like sternly, sideways, which confused me until I realized now why they looked at me sideways. For one, I had a lineup, my beard was trimmed, you know what I mean? I look like a person in the world. Like, for me to come up to them and say shalom and ask them if they're part of One West was just weird to them, which I understand why, you know. They said no. You know, they said they're not part of One West, and I didn't understand why. Now, looking at videos like this, I understand perfectly why. Because you shouldn't associate yourself with the foolery that's going on, man, because the people who are calling themselves One West now are either 501c3 or doing a bunch of folly. You see, so I understand now, you know, and plus, it didn't look like I was walking the walk due to my facial hair being trimmed the way it was. I was drinking, I was you know, partying while these brothers were working. So of course, you know, being hesitant to deal with me was a must, because you can't just, you know, just trust anybody walking up to you. Whereas Sakari would have just used it as clickbait, you know, and either made a great video out of it or made a mockery out of you somehow. But these brothers moved to the spirit, you know, they wasn't trying to accept me right then and there, which I understand now, man. I had wished today that I had stood there in front of those men and asked the correct questions and acted correctly and moved accordingly. And the water Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for allowing me to see that there's only one way, one doctrine, and that is through the camp of GMS, where the Lord has instilled knowledge, wisdom, and the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, and now I see it. Call Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for that. I pray I pray that the Lord keep me, and also do not remove the spirit from me, to see that this is the correct path. I'm not gonna go too much into this, man. I just wanted to share that with you guys about myself, and I just want to say shalom.